Good morning and welcome everyone. This is Michael Venezia. I'm the head trader here at Tradeview Markets, and this is Thursday morning, June 26th. The same problems or the same geopolitical news is still persisting. We have the Shanghai markets being the most volatile out there. Of course, Greece is still in flux, if you will, with the European markets fluctuating very wildly. They're up this morning. They're waffling between changed and unchanged. But once again, if we're playing the market or trying to time the market, all these are obviously very important indicators, if you will, because we want to measure the markets and the futures against our stocks. But the same stocks were in play yesterday. Of course, Netflix was a highlight, but still Facebook, as we talked about yesterday, with a great chart. Fitbit is still in play. Lennar, a couple of good earnings stories, but let's get right down to it. It was Netflix. Okay, here we go. Here's a long-term chart of the SPYs. You see still a range bound right here, going right across this line. Listen, we had decent volume yesterday. You want to call that settling. I'll call it rotation. We still had crude hovering over $60 a barrel, so we'll see what happens there. This is the chart of the SPYs yesterday. We were briefly unchanged a little bit after the open. We had a little bit of a sell-off. Here's your channel right down here. So the bottom line is, let's look what happened with Netflix. They announced a 7-for-1 stock split. This is the long-term chart. Okay, here was the breakout we talked about right here. This was on earnings. Another breakout here, a breakout here. But the bottom line is, all these breakouts were with a green bar on volume. But yesterday you could see Netflix. You want to call this capitulation? I would like a little bit more volume, but that would be a basic definition of what capitulation is, because it had earnings, subscriber growth. We're coming into the market being a little bit toppy, if you will, and that's once again arguable, but definitely when Netflix announced a stock split, people call that capitulation, because really what else is there to propel the stock higher, going from 500 here to 700? So this is what it did yesterday. Some people shorted on the open right above 700 right here. They made a quick 9 points. Bravo. I'm not really in to make 9 points on Netflix at $700 a share. It was a good trade on a fade, but you could see subsequently, a half an hour later, Netflix broke above a new high, which was 706. And quite honestly, right here, if Carl Icahn, who owned the stock at $65, $80, something around there, didn't sell, he was selling all the shares. That was a tweet. I tweeted it myself a little bit after. The stock went from 705 to 687, which, by the way, really isn't that big of a pullback considering it's a $700 stock. Here you had the stock rallied after the Icahn news from 687 to 699. So there's a $10 bounce. Now, you want to take a shot? I didn't. You could have shorted Netflix right here. It still didn't break that opening price. I liked it right here when it broke the previous open price, and here's the Icahn news. And once it even started the Icahn news at 686 throughout the day, you could have tried it, 686 to 679. Now, a lot of people don't like trading Netflix. It's a $700 stock, but you know what? I don't know your assets under management, your liquidity, but certainly if you want to trade 10, 20, or even 50 shares as a trading stock to get better with your skills, this is something you definitely want to be in. You know what? The stock got downgraded today. It's looking down a couple of dollars. Now, we can call this maybe a similar situation like AMBA, but AMBA, once again, had tremendous volume relative to where it's been, and Netflix really didn't have that much volume when it came to a sell-off or turning to a reversal. Let's go to Facebook. Right here, there was a chart we drew yesterday. This was Facebook yesterday, went briefly negative, then took off from there, bounced around a little bit. I still don't know if the stock is in play, but I'll definitely buy that stock on a pullback. Not too much in the hole, though, because then it might turn around and demonstrate weakness. Lennar, a very good stock, home builder, good indication on the economy, although they might want to raise rates a little bit. So what's in play today? I'm going to be watching Netflix again. Best Buy, Bed Bath & Beyond had earnings. Cree Research had earnings. I'm watching crude, I'm watching the commodities, and I'm watching 11:30 our time Eastern for Europe to close and see what happens from there. But until everyone, keep close to the vest, trade your handful of stocks. You don't have to be here and find a new hot stock of the day, because it really doesn't matter at the end of the day when you put up some money. So keep trading what's in play. Let's trade some Facebook. Let's trade Fitbit. Let's trade Netflix. Green Mountain Coffee was weak, so I'll be tweeting throughout the day. But until then, everybody, please trade well, do your homework, and thank you.